I'm Kasey Allen. I'm co-owner, co-founder here at the STIL. The STIL is an acronym for the sweetest things in life, and we make custom crafted ice cream, dairy-free and vegan options, our standard dairy-based stuff, and then our booze-infused options as well. We also serve a pretty wide variety of local and regional beers and wines, and kind of the fun, unique twist that we have on everything is pairing up beer and wine with ice cream. So that's kind of one of the things we're known for, in addition to our just really good ice cream. We make awesome ice creams. The booze-infused stuff is a big hit, as well as just all of our flavors are kind of on that line between being unique but still accessible. So we focus on a lot of flavors that hopefully people haven't really seen or heard before, but they're not so far out there and so off the wall that they're kind of, that people don't want to try them. So that's kind of our niche right there in the market is unique custom ice cream made on site, in-house, daily. So you're getting really fresh product. We use a lot of local ingredients, including all local dairy. And just try to come up with creative, unique flavors and create a fun atmosphere with great service and beer and wine pairings if people want to, but at the same time being kind of family friendly and having something for everyone. So my business partner Dan Sell and I were both kind of working in the tech industry. I was marketing, branding, kind of business development guy at HP, and he's a web developer, and we were actually working on a business idea in the software realm. So we had started another company that we were trying to build up the software, an app program, and the STIL kind of happened as a side conversation amidst a meeting for that business, where Dan asked me where he could take his kids in Boise for like the unique Boise ice cream experience. I'm a born and raised Boisean, and Dan's actually originally from Ohio. And so he was like kind of on the lookout. He has 3 kids, was on the lookout of like, where's the go-to ice cream spot? Like if you go eat dinner downtown, where do you go get like really good like Boise ice cream? And I really didn't have an answer for him. I was like, I've lived here my whole life. We've got kind of the usual suspects in terms of the franchises or the chains, and we've got frozen yogurt, but in terms of like a unique Boise ice cream spot, we didn't, I didn't have a readily available answer for him. So kind of as a joke, we said, there's a business idea, like we should do that, and we both come from business backgrounds, so we kind of were just bouncing ideas off of each other in terms of the marketing and the branding and the business side of the ice cream, and kind of came up with the concept first and foremost. And then we thought that it sounded cool, so we started floating it to friends and family a little bit, and everyone was just like, oh man, you guys should totally do that. I think that would be amazing. Like, go for it. So we just started messing around. We bought a tabletop Cuisinart ice cream maker, and just bought a couple books and did some research online of like, I guess we should probably figure out how to make ice cream if we're going to do this, and just kind of taught ourselves. And then just the process from like that conversation to our opening day was 10.5 months. So pretty quick turnaround from like kind of initial idea to actually opening our doors, and we just had to learn everything in that process. Neither of us had ever worked in the food industry, had ever made ice cream, had ever like really done any of those things. So it was just kind of a crash course over the course of the next year to just, all right, we got to figure this out, then figure this out, then figure this out, then, oh man, we have no idea how to, negotiate a lease on a commercial space, or do a build out, or how do we make ice cream at how much do we need to make for so all of that was kind of the learning process along the way, that we just kind of our joke was just like ready, fire, aim. Like we'll just kind of figure it out as we go. Like let's just move in the general direction of forward, and then we'll figure out the details along the way. So that's kind of our origin story. So quit our jobs and open this place. Right, and we really wanted to create a place that was sort of uniquely Boise's, and that exactly like you said, like I always point to Voodoo Donuts in Portland. If you're in Portland, everyone's like, you got to go to Voodoo Donuts, and you'll wait in the line and you'll go do it because it's a uniquely Portland experience. And I think before we opened here, Boise didn't necessarily have that. There wasn't like the obvious place that you would want to take your friends and family if they were from out of town. And kind of one of our goals was like, what if we can try to create that place? And at the end of the day, we don't decide if we're that place, right? Like the market decides if we're that place, but we can do as much as we can to kind of position ourselves, hopefully as that place, and hope that the market chooses us to fill that gap. And I think we have definitely a long ways to go, but I hopefully, it seems like people are excited to kind of bring their friends or family that are visiting from out of town, or like, if they haven't been down there, people like to bring some people into the shop, and so hopefully we've at least semi-succeeded in doing that, and kind of creating a place that Boise can hopefully be proud of. I hope that we can be like not a source of like inspiration, but just sort of a source of like, we don't have like dairy pedigrees or backgrounds. We're just like two local guys who were kind of sick of working in our corporate jobs and saw something fun to do that we thought we could add value, and just sort of went for it. And I hope that's a story that like resonates with people, that it's like, sometimes, quitting your comfortable corporate job and kind of trading in that, those hours and that salary to, sometimes work 16-hour days for yourself. And it can seem daunting, but like it's totally worth it, and at least from my view. And if you look around, it's like every business that you like, every restaurant you like, every retail shop, everything that you see was just created by people, and like people that are no better or smarter or advantaged than you are. It's just like they just decided to go do that thing, and our story is really no different. We just decided to kind of go for it, and then if there's any secrets to our success, it's putting together a team that's kick-ass. Like we have an awesome group of people that work for us that ultimately make this place run. And so I tell them all the time, like, if we do 3 things well, we're going to be successful, and that's like have great product. That's really on us to, that's on myself and Dan to figure out, so great product, great service, and a great atmosphere. Like if we do those 3 things, we're going to be super successful. So it's like, if we boil it down to kind of just the small details, it's like that's ultimately at the end of the day what we're trying to do, is like have a great product with a great atmosphere and deliver great service. And hopefully our kind of reviews and lines and whatever kind of speak for themselves. And the one thing that I would want people to know is that our line moves really fast. So don't be dissuaded by the line if you see a long one. It cranks through pretty good. So no, I mean we try to be pretty transparent as a business in terms of like, I guess you don't want to show all your cards, but at the same time, like, we're more than willing to kind of be open about our aims and what we're hoping to do. So we're definitely hoping to grow, locally to start, and then we'll kind of just see what opportunities show themselves. But we have a few different places kind of across the valley that we're definitely interested in opening second stores. We're really interested in kind of growing our presence in maybe some local grocery markets, if that's possible. And then we'll just see. I mean, I think that it's good to have future aims of kind of like where you want to head, but the way that you actually get there is just like continuing to do good work in the moment. And so to me, it's like that growth and that expansion is just a byproduct of doing the right things and doing them, doing the best work that you can, just like on a day in and day out basis. And then those opportunities kind of present themselves as a natural byproduct of that, rather than being so focused on that. So we definitely want to grow and expand, and I think that we'll have the opportunity to do that, but we'll just kind of see what happens. So yeah.